Okay, here we are at the entrance to Mary Kathleen mine site in town. Just wait for a car to go through. This is the entrance from the main road. It's in between Cloncurry and Mount Isa, about just a little over 60 k's west of Cloncurry. We'll make our way in slowly and we'll show you what it's like. Okay. So there's two ways in. You can either come up to the gateway just here on our right, past the grid sign, and that takes you into the town, as you can see by the sign. It says Mary Kathleen Town Square, or you can go straight ahead.
Which way do you want me to go?
We'll go into the town first, or you can go straight ahead and straight to the mine site, which is about 7 k's down the road. But you can access the mine site through the town as well. We'll go out that way. So it's a fairly large area. You got no problems about finding a spot away from other campers if you want. You don't have to camp on each other. You would have to put thousands of people in here to warrant that. It's just, there's so many spots you can go.
That's for sure.
Sorry, what's that, Trace?
I said that's for sure. Everyone's at least, 500 metres.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
You can have fires here. You'd see there's just fire pits everywhere where people have had fires. So you can either use your own fire pit or just make sure you just use a fire pit that's on the ground. The town's gone now. They pulled it all down. Basically all that's left are the foundations and the slabs and some of the old roads. So we'll follow the old road around. That's some of the areas out here. You can see there's plenty of people here. We'll follow the road around. We're on one of the old bitumen roads to the town centre. The road is patchy in spots. You'll see here it looks like it ends, but it doesn't. You can turn off to the right there. We'll go straight ahead. This is it's the town's been gone for decades now. So sorry,
over 50 years.
Yeah, over 50 years. That's right. But then it comes up onto the bitumen road again. We'll come back around. Oh, the terrain is spectacular all around it, these hills and all that. Whoops, tree.
I know, caravan.
So we'll just follow this road around. Oops, sorry, I'm a bit wobbly with the camera today. It's quite interesting. I've found some photos online of what some of the locations in here look like when the town was actually built up, and I'll put up some before and after shots. It's really interesting. We're coming up here to a little roundabout. You go left out to the mine site, which is 6 k's, or we keep on going up towards the town square. There is a information board at the old town square. There's a plaque and all that up there, so the information board's quite interesting. It actually has what the town looked like and where and what all the buildings were. So we'll try and find on the map on the information board what it was that we were camping on. So yeah, all off to the right where the caravans are. We're out there, up there somewhere, up behind that caravan up there. Oh, we're past it.
Yeah.
We're sitting on a big concrete slab, perfectly flat. It's awesome. Pardon me. We'll just turn right here, Trace. We'll stop at the information board.
Yep.
So this is the old town square area, and we'll have a look at the information. We'll get out and have a look at that.
Alrighty, here we are at the sign that we were talking about. So I'll just show you, and our microphones have gone flat, so we're on normal microphone now. So I have to turn it back to me so you can hear, but I'll show you where we are camping at the moment. So that spot right there. Doesn't say what it used to be, but it seems to be bigger than the other slabs around. But anyway, we'll show you the service station, Catholic church, sports oval, tennis courts, even a pool, cinema, orchard and markets. That's where we are now. Oh, they have the general store just here, library, wet canteen. Wet canteen, I'm assuming that's a pub. Post office, even an ANZ bank. A police station, a cafeteria. So I'll just quickly read out the timeline that it's got. So the radioactive ore body was discovered by Walton and McConaughey in 1954, and then they got the lease, and then Rio Tinto group of companies gained controlling interest of it. Then 1956 they were contracted to supply 40 million pounds worth of uranium oxide to the United Kingdom Atomic Energy Authority. Then same year, 56, Tasmanian Arch Kimberley arrives with 9 men and a tent to start building houses here. Then the 3 Thies brothers start construction of Corella Dam. 1956, state school opens with 5 pupils. Then 57, temporary hospital opens, and the first newspaper was published and sold for 2 dimes. 1957 again, Rifle Club was formed. First celebration of Anzac celebration was celebrated with 60 veterans and 100 townspeople. CWA was formed, RSL Club was formed. The road to the mine site was sealed in 1957, swimming pool opened in 1958, and it was Olympic-sized swimming pool. Then 1958 as well, the Barkly Highway from Cloncurry to Mount Isa was sealed, and the first shipment of tin beer arrives at the wet canteen. How important to mark that. So Sir Robert Menzies officiated the opening of Mary Kathleen 1958, and the state school was the first school to be air conditioned in Queensland at the cost of £1,260. That's amazing. Alright, so 1964 the mine closed and completed the initial contract. So they got 7.7 tonnes of rock mined, 2.7 million tonnes crushed, 2.4 million tonnes ground, 9 million pounds shipped. So that's amazing. Then 1974 new contracts are signed. Mary Kathleen population is 80 and rising. 1975 population reaches 242. The pub reopened, or wet canteen reopened. Then first sulphur shipment arrives in Townsville, population now 700. Premier Joe Bjorka-Peterson visits Mary Kathleen, and the swimming pool reopened in 1975. And then 1982, the second operation ceased, production and mine closed. The entire town and mine infrastructure, including all the houses, were auctioned. Many of the houses and buildings were transported to Mount Isa and Cloncurry and are still in use today. And any that we read that weren't transported or sold were torn down because they had asbestos in it. So now we've got the second side of the board, and it's showing some photos. Alright, so how they discovered that uranium was here. It says, Sunday the 4th of July 1954, Norm McConaughey and John Walton were making their way along a dry creek bed and the truck broke down with a loose lead on a spark plug. McConaughey is said to be the one who actually took the Geiger counter out of the truck and turned it on. As he continued walking up the dry creek bed, the instrument needle reportedly went off the scale. He then called John Walton, who was coaxing the broken down vehicle back to life. The ore body was then discovered by following a 1.5 kilometre trail of radioactive boulders along the drainage system. The claim was pegged and an application for a mining lease was lodged at the mining warden's office in Cloncurry. And then the rest is history. So that's amazing, just from breaking down, and I don't know why, but he had a Geiger counter in the car. Maybe that's what he was hoping to find. I don't know, but funny how things happen. So what else did we have? Jaw crusher, then the trommel, and it went down into bins. Sand clarifiers. It's very interesting. So we will oh look, so it says garnet replacing sediments here. Cobble quartzite. Oh, okay, so the proposed pit was there. It looked like the garnet was around here. Interesting. Anyway, I'll quickly show you the monument. It's up here of the opening of it that used to be a pond or a fountain or both. I believe Chris found an original photo of what it used to look like, so we'll be able to show you the before and after. So here it is. So it was opened by Robert Gordon Menzies, the Prime Minister of Australia, in the presence of the Honourable Nicklin, who was the Premier of Queensland, and distinguished guests, October 1958. And it was interesting, there's this little, there's a rock there. Anyway, we'll continue driving. Well, I'll continue driving. I'm having a drive today. Haven't got a caravan on the back. Thought I'd drive around and give Chris some more practice of filming. So I'll hand it back over to him.
we're back at the roundabout from the town centre. We're going to head out to the mine via the townway, so it's a little bit rough, so excuse the bumps, but off we go. So we've come up to the next signpost up here. It'll say to the right, Mary Kathleen mine site. You hook a right there. Well, not quite a right. Actually, you'll see what I mean. We'll keep on following that. Okay, when you come up here you'll see a sign that says the pit, hook a right, and that takes you up to the pit. If you go left it goes up to where the ore processing plants were. So we'll go right and we'll go up to the pit.
have moved from Mary Kathleen and travelled to Camooweal. We are at a free camp here. It is, I've forgotten the exact name of it, but we're actually camped by a billabong. There are 2 billabongs along here, and we're camped at the second one, which is less busy. We had a storm come through about 4 o'clock this morning, and didn't have the awning up, so my chair's nice and wet, but wasn't forecast to happen till this afternoon. We still might get another one this afternoon. Had about 3 mil rain. It was nice, but it's humid. It's about 89% humidity today. So anyway, some brolgas in the billabong at the moment and hanging around. So show you that. One's having a bath. And some ducks. So it's really quiet here, and actually have internet access, which is amazing, and TV reception. We can pick up ABC, which has been interesting, watching the news on the ABC. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to stay here for a couple of days, and then we are thinking about heading to Tennant Creek for our next stop. So there's really not much else to show you here, so this will be just a quick update here, and then we'll update again once we're at Tennant Creek. So we'll see you then.